everyone. This is the third project for my Introduction to Game Programming class. For this assignment, we were supposed to create a 2D stealth game that involved using finite state machines for controlling the AI, the enemy AI, as well as the game state management. I just want to start off by saying for this project, I ran into too many issues and had too many questions to fully implement everything from the rubric. So instead of leaving those areas blank, I basically just added what I was able to figure out and then went on from there. With that being said, let's start off with the first items on the rubric. So the canvas, screen space, world space, as well as the different game objects, the image, text, and button, those are all included in the menu scene here. And if I go ahead and hit play, you can see the text, which is set on top of the button with the image as the background. And if I go ahead and hit this play button, the game will actually start, so you can actually start playing the game. The next item on the rubric is the finite state machine for the AI. So if I go and open up the basic AI here, this is the script that I created to basically set up the finite state machine. Also, for whatever reason, I'm unable to record on the MonoDevelop application, so I have to do it in the inspector. So this, like I said, I watched several different tutorials to try to figure out how to set this thing up, but none of them were able to fully help me out. So this is basically what I was left with. I included all the different variables that I had for each different script that I created, but it never fully fleshed out. The next item is the AI hearing. This is another thing that I didn't fully finish. I basically just ran out of time to add this. The initial idea was to create a little text bubble that appeared on top of an enemy if a player entered their collision sphere for the hearing radius, but that never was fully added. The next item is the vector3 distance. This is included on the enemy patrol script. This basically determines how far the enemies have to travel between each waypoint on their patrol path. The next item is the AI vision. That's on the enemy sight script. This basically creates a 45-degree cone in front of the enemies, and if the players pass within that cone, it'll create an action, or it'll start up an action. I basically just had it print out a debug.log saying that the player is being spotted by the enemy. This also includes the vector3.angle function and the raycast functions. So if I widen this game view up a little bit here again, you can see when I start the game, each of the enemies have a raycast set in front of them, and if I walk in front of this enemy down at the bottom, you can see the enemy is seeing the player, so it's showing that down in the console. All the raycasts there, I have them also drawn out so you can see when they're actually hitting a collider. So they're green when they're not interacting with any colliders, and then they turn red if they do not see anything, or if they are seeing something. The next items are the controller parent class and the pawn parent class, as well as the AI and player controllers. These were all different structural things that I didn't fully add just because I ran out of time. Basically, I struggled so much with the finite state machine aspect that I tried to add as many scripts as I could for the actual mechanics of the game, but didn't add the different controller structures. There are technically no bugs in the code just because I removed anything that I had issues with, and just because it basically broke the game whenever it started if I had an error. My comments, so it's kind of difficult to show you without the actual MonoDevelop application, but all of my codes are pretty well commented. Each different aspect of the code is labeled to show what its purpose is and how to adjust it. The project organization. So each one of my packages are within the packages folder, basically all the art that I added, as well as any prefabs that I created. My scenes are all in these folders. The scripts I created are in there, and then the sprites are in the sprites folder. And then on the hierarchy, everything is within its own different empty game object. And then as far as the game exceeds minimum requirements, so for the actual game itself, as you can see down here in the bottom right, I added another canvas image element that basically operates as a collectible system. So if you go around through the game and collect each one of the different rockets, it'll add another to the UI here. And then once you have collected all of the different rockets down at the bottom, the game will basically end. You'll beat the game and it'll start back at the click to play screen. I would eventually like to add on more to this project because I feel like it's not fully complete without all the different requirements, but this is what I was able to put together in the time and with the all the different information that I was able to gather. Thank you for watching.